Hi, my name is Matt and welcome to PrepLounge's Getting You There video series aimed at successfully placing you in a role at a top consulting firm. This video is all about prepping for your case interview. And in it, we will show you what preparatory steps you need to take in order to master the challenge of the case interview. A case interview is a pressure situation. It's quite possible for even the brightest of candidates to lose their composure. So, in order to repeatedly demonstrate the prerequisite skills in the pressure cooker atmosphere of a real case interview, your skills have to become second nature, automatic, imprinted. In order for this to happen, you have to prepare. In short, you learn the fundamentals and then practice, practice, practice. Practice, eat, practice, sleep, repeat. It is a common theme throughout all the videos from PrepLounge that those who prepare the best fare the best. Also, don't just start a day, a week, or a month before your first interview. Plan out what to learn and when you absolutely must start, so you can give yourself enough time to practice everything. Once you get enough practice under your belt, you get confident enough to back up your natural talents with solid application. And once you can do that, you'll have no nerves and you will fly during your case interviews. Here is an example of a good practice plan that includes 6 components: theory on tools and terms, mental math practice, case practice with peers, case practice with experts, personal fit practice, test practice, and how to make it work. Block times for practice and times for rest. Write down mistakes and learnings. Identify areas of improvement and focus on them. Keep track of progress. Partner up with a buddy. Theory on tool and terms. Get an overview of useful business tools and frameworks and learn the consulting world lingo. If you don't know how to craft an issue tree or haven't heard of the profitability framework yet, then you need to learn by yesterday. Mental math practice. You do not need deep math understanding or skills, but you do need to be able to calculate quickly in your head. Basic math skills will be tested in all case interviews, so you need to practice mental math, especially if it's not your natural strength. Do not worry, there are some tips and tricks that can help you solve math problems quickly, and you can find many mental math tools on the internet to help sharpen your skills. Naturally, we recommend the one we have on PrepLounge, but really, it's all about practice. Case practice with peers. Candidates who practice with peers more than double their chances of landing a job in consulting. So, peer-to-peer practice should be the most important part of your case prep. Putting yourself in an interview situation multiple times, as well as receiving and providing feedback from other candidates, will make sure you ace your case interview on the real case interview day. We split case practice with peers into 3 different phases. We recommend candidates solve at least 30 full 45-minute cases with an experienced case partner in order to reach a solid offer-ready level. The top 10% of active members on PrepLounge go even further and conduct 60+ full mock interviews. Here is how it breaks down stepwise. After about 10 cases, you overcome practice inertia by getting a feel for live case interviews. Also, at this stage, you recognize areas where you need to put extra effort in. After about 10 to 30 cases, you reach a level of conscious competence. you start forming the good habit of practicing regularly. At this stage, you get to know how to go about solving the case, but you still require a lot of effort to fully get there. After more than 30 cases, you start to structure cases with customized frameworks, for example, an issue tree, and can do them well enough that you leave yourself time to grow your rapport with the interviewer. During this step, it makes sense to focus on a handful of different practice partners that there are on the same level, because you never know what type of interviewer to expect. More variety, less anxiety. In this final stage, candidates can almost solve cases effortlessly and therefore go beyond the case. Everyone who wants to crack the case interview should reach this stage. And don't forget to incorporate non-box thinking into all your practice. It's important to bear in mind that there's no magic number of cases that one has to reach. It varies from candidate to candidate and can range anywhere from 15 to 100. It's better to focus on progressing through the stages and pushing until skills are internalized, second nature. Quitting before this stage or getting stuck on an earlier stage tends to be the difference between almost getting the offer and actually getting the offer. Though it is crucial to get as much practice solving cases as an interviewee, it's also helpful to play the role of an interviewer. Aside from it being fair to give and take, cases as an interviewer, you get a different perspective, seeing potential mistakes or best practices firsthand and learning from both. Case practice with experts. Once you have polished your casing skills and feel ready to move on to a more detailed approach that's tailored to your strengths and weaknesses, you might want to start practicing with a case interview coach, which can help and save you time. Case interview coaches are experienced former consultants who have often been interviewers for consulting firms. They're not a must, but they can turn you into a standout candidate. On PrepLounge, we have hundreds of coaches with different backgrounds and experience. We have the right coach for everyone. Good coaches will usually tailor the coaching to your needs, build a good relationship with you, give you full transparency of the coaching process on PrepLounge, and yes, working with experts would be the most expensive part of your practice plan, but it's worth the cash layout, especially when you are short on time. Plus, your earning power once you land a consulting position will make this initial outlay worthwhile. Consider it a sound investment. Personal fit practice. As well as being a Sherlock at case cracking, you also need to convince the interviewer that your personality fits into a consulting team, the company, and the field as a whole. The personal fit part of the consulting interview is, therefore, no less important than the case study part. Although it's normally only 10 to 15 minutes of the real interview process, it requires deep thinking from the interviewee's perspective. So it needs, you got it, meticulous preparation. Practice stress questions and or working on getting the right fit with a case interview coach. Test practice. Find out whether the firms you are applying for use some sort of standardized tests. Most tests challenge you to show how well you can handle data, charts, or even business studies similar to case interviews. So your goal should be to get practice material for these specific tests and study for it rigorously. That was prepping for your case interview video. Be sure to check out some of the other videos in our PrepLounge Getting You There series, which are Mastering the Case Interview, How to Approach the Case Interview, Different Case Types, I'm Matt, we are PrepLounge. See you for the next Getting You There video.